Let's get this over and done with. Oh. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, what do you all think of my new little corner setup for these videos? It's just nice being able to take a few steps back from the camera and kind of rock back and forward and spin in this really broken office chair. However, I can't imagine it lasting very long, as I seem to change locations of these videos each and every time I film one. So today I welcome you to one of the most boringest videos I have probably ever made, and probably the most boring video on YouTube. If you cast your minds back a couple of months, I released a video where I went out and shot with the Samsung AF Zoom 1050. That's possibly been one of my most well received videos I've ever put out. However, I have been inundated with some questions about this particular camera, and I've tried my best to answer as many as I could down in the comments. So I thought I would put out a video going over all the functions and features of this camera. However, after filming the video going over everything on this camera, the camera has subsequently decided to die, and for the life of me, I can't figure out what's wrong with it. It's got new batteries. It was working when I was filming it. I'd put it down for a couple of days and it's just died, and I can't figure it out what's wrong with it. So I'm going to give it a couple more days trying to get to the bottom of it, see if, you know, maybe the battery ports have kind of got gunked up or something, but I'll have a look into it. If not, I'm probably going to have to pick a new one up off eBay, and it's a bit annoying because there's a roll of film that I've already shot a good couple of exposures on. Right, anyway, I'm going on. This video is long enough, so without any further ado, let's just jump straight into the video. Right, let's dive in to the features and functions of this camera. Now, being the expert I am, I did have to Google a lot of this because, to be honest, I didn't really know, and some of the functions I'm still a bit iffy on, as I really don't use some of the custom functions of this camera. I kind of just use it as a point and shoot camera because that's what it is, really. Some different settings that do yield different results. So yeah, without me waffling on too much, let's just jump straight in. So let's turn the camera around. On the back here, on-off button, pretty self-explanatory. Here you've got your macro and super macro, so if you want to take pictures of bugs or flowers or whatever crazy shit you're into, then yeah, that'll get you some nice close-ups. So let's turn the camera over now. Shutter button. Again, it is an old camera, so the autofocus isn't that good. I mean, if the camera's struggling to find focus, sometimes it doesn't work, or it struggles to take a picture until it's found something to focus on. Zoom, slide up, zooms in, slide down, zooms out, wide, tele, easy. Now, while you're zooming in and out, if you look on the top, that tells you how many exposures you've taken. So on this roll of film, I've shot 7. So if you're using a 24 exposure roll or a 36 exposure roll, it will count up to that number, so you know how many images you've got left. The camera's turned on, you zoom in, and there it tells you what focal length you are at as you zoom in and out. Yeah, pretty simple. Goes all the way up to 105, and then if you press the macro, you get the little flower symbol, so you know that you're in the macro mode, and then press it again and you get the super macro. Function buttons, let's get into this one. So again, turn the camera on. So this button here, you just keep pressing and it cycles through the various flash settings. Now, I really haven't experimented with most of these because, as I said before, I just use it as a point and shoot camera. So usually I just leave it in the auto mode, so you can see auto, fill in and off. So as you cycle through them, it kind of gives you different options. I believe this is like a flash for when you're out in daylight. Just, you know, if you're taking portraits of somebody, it kind of just fills the face in a little bit. That red eye reduction. So cycle down again, it goes to fill in flash. So I'd say this is something you'd use as well as the auto, because again, you're taking portraits and stuff outside, it kind of just helps fill someone's face in just a little bit, just so they're not looking as flat. And then that is just turn the flash off. So if it's a really bright day, I just turn it off anyway. It might help save the battery as you're not really using the flash, so you don't really need the flash. So I'll turn the camera off, kind of reset all that. Modes, different modes here. Right, let's have a look. So I believe this one is to take like quick fire shots, like in multiple succession. So press mode again, fuzz it. Now I've no idea what that means, and I really can't seem to Google it or get an answer to what that means. So apologies for that one. Like I said, I'm not the biggest techie kind of expert or camera expert with stuff like this. So I'm just going off my experience. Portrait mode. Again, if you're shooting portraits, I think it just adjusts some of the settings in the camera to help you take as good a portraits as this camera can. What you've got to remember with cameras like this is it is just a little point and shoot camera. You're not going to get world class images out of it. So these settings really aren't going to change much about the results you get out of this camera. But I'd be interested to see what you guys come out with. I'd definitely like to see some of the images you've taken using various settings, or you've tried something different within the camera. Yeah, I'd be very interested to see. So let's press mode again. Step. I have not a clue at all. No idea. So if anyone knows down in the comments what that is, then please let me know. I'll try to do a bit more research and see if I can find anything before I edit this video, but I really couldn't. Apologies. That is just self-timer. I think everyone knows what the self-timer symbol is. Press it once more. I think it just gives you a bit longer of a self-timer. And I think that is just another self-timer. Or what I believe it could also be is you can press that and it will just take a picture every 60 seconds. As the number 60 is flashing. Let's quickly go through them again because I've lost it. Right, that I know for a fact that is double exposure. So it'll take one picture and then it'll let you take another picture on top of it, so you come out with a double exposed image. Again, I've not really tried that. I might do a video using this camera doing some double exposures, which I think might be quite interesting. So press that again and it just brings you back to where you were at the beginning. Now the set button doesn't really seem to do anything. It may be once you've selected a mode you press set to kind of lock it in, but I'm not really sure because I've not used this camera a lot since kind of picking one up online. Again, last time I really kind of used it was when I was a kid, when I was going on holidays. So I'm going to try and get a bit more used to this camera and hopefully start getting some cool images out of it. On the bottom there, you've got your tripod mount, battery slot. You kind of just use like a little pick or something sharp to kind of just push into that hole, and it opens the battery slot so you can put batteries straight in. Right, what else do we have? Yes, on the back here, you've got these will light up when you are taking pictures. So it'll tell you, I think it goes green if it's kind of locked on and got the focus. I think red is if it's struggling to find it, so you kind of know if the camera's going to lock onto something and focus, because it kind of does struggle to take the picture if it's not focused onto anything. I've had some people ask about the viewfinder. It's not a digital SLR or a mirrorless camera or anything, so you're not looking through the lens. You look through here and basically it just goes straight through the camera and straight through this section, so it kind of helps you kind of get the frame right. Sometimes it can be a little bit off because you're not looking through the lens, you're looking straight through here. So within the viewfinder there's some like guides, so I try to keep it in there as best as possible. And to be honest, the more you're using the camera, the more you'll kind of get used to where the viewfinder marks are and kind of get better at framing up your shots. Right, just a few more things to go over, and I think I've kind of answered most of the questions I've been getting about this camera on the video that I made about it. I've had a few people mention that they've had issues loading the film. I've had them same kind of issues. It's taken me a good few attempts to get the film to kind of roll into the camera, and I've had like error messages and it's just not loading. But I don't think there's any real fix for it. You've kind of just got to keep trying until the camera kind of takes the film. I've not really found any trick or hack to it, so yeah, just keep going and keep trying, and you'll probably get the film to load into the camera. Don't worry about that too much. You do have to remember that it is like an old point and shoot camera, and inevitably there will be some issues depending on if it's being looked after or not stored correctly or how much it's being used. So yeah, just bear that in mind and don't expect too much out of it, and just, yeah, have fun with it. Right, I know there's one question that I've been asked the most about this camera, so I thought I would save it right till the very end, and it is, what batteries does this camera take? And the answer to that is it takes CR123 batteries, or CR123A batteries as they're sometimes called. You can get them on eBay or Amazon. eBay's probably your best shot as they are the cheapest. So I hope this video has answered any questions and queries you had about this camera. If I've missed anything or you think of any other questions, please hit me up down in the comments and I will try and answer them as quickly as possible. Yeah, so as always, thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, then please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any future videos. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.